The next person up is Jeanne Prendergast from the Glass Town District, Cultural District in Sandwich.
Thank you. So I'm from Sandwich, Massachusetts, the home of glassmaking. And that's why we're the Glass Town District. Anyway, so we ran out of money. We spent all our money. We had all these great programs. We did all these great things, but we had no money. So we formed a 501c3 called the Friends of the Sandwich Glass Town Cultural District Steering Committee, so that we could raise some money and then we'd have some money to deal with. So then we decided to plan a couple of events of our own. Usually we were sponsoring other people's events, so we did a few of our own. So the first one was, and the woman that I'm here today with, my other committee member, Paula, this was really her idea, was a graveyard tour. So we have this beautiful, beautiful, old graveyard, and we have the oldest house on the Cape, built in 1637. So we decided, and at this time of the year, we run it just before Halloween. That's when it's peak foliage in Sandwich. The vista is beautiful. It's beautiful even if we didn't do anything and we just bus people to the cemetery. Anyway, so we planned this whole thing. We have a little trolley program that we work with because that was just something we started to do, and we did like trolley tours, and they were historical trolley tours, so we sort of riffed off of that. And on the day, and we're doing it again this year because it sold out in 1 week last year, and so we're hoping it sells out again. So we piled people onto the trolley at the library, and I was the hostess. I was Bathsheba, and I was dressed in colonial garb, and we took them for a ride, and it was a beautiful, about 4:30 in the afternoon, so we still wanted the sunlight, but we wanted it to get just a little spooky at the end of it. So we took them for a tour, and I gave them a historical background type of thing, and we pulled up to the cemetery, and we got out, and we walked on, and I gave a little history of the cemetery. There was great, all the poor people were buried in one big mass grave because no one cared about them. And then, there were lots of things to say in general about the cemetery, but then we had costumed actors, and they were costumed to look dead, like old dead people in colonial garb. So whatever that meant to them, they were all very creative actors, so they all had great things. They looked great. And they were positioned, just sort of behind the grave, and then as I would come up to them and I would have everyone spin around, they would turn around, and they would give a little monologue as the person, because we have the history of the people that were buried there, and they talked about their lives. And some of them were actually kind of funny, some of them were very scary, some of them were very sad. One woman who lost her entire family one by one all over the world, and she just told her story. It was amazing. So we did that. Then we piled back into the trolley. We went over to the Hoxie House, which again looks over Sham Pond, and the sun was setting. And there, a musician came out, and I sang a little song. I sang Barbara Allen, which was written right around the 1600s. It was hard to find a song from 1600, but I found one. We sang that, and then this wonderful actress in our town came out, and she was a docent for many, many years at the house, at the Hoxie House, and she had all these stories. Am I over?
30 seconds.
Oh my God. All right, okay. So she came out and gave this beautiful monologue about the Hoxie House, and people in Sandwich really believe the Hoxie House is haunted by the family that lived there. So she was very scary, and her hair was wild, which it is anyway, like in real life, but her hair was wild, and she came out and she gave this great thing, and then I read a very scary poem, and I think I scared a few people, and everyone got back on the trolley, and that was it, and we made a really nice big chunk of change. So,